Hi everyone.
Hi guys, I'm Prashant.
I'm Yutong.
And today we are going to talk about question 2, which is, do you agree with Mark Robert Anderson that Isaac Asimov's 3 laws of robotics are no longer relevant?
Hope you guys enjoy our video.
Isaac Asimov highlights 3 laws in which he believes robots should follow for ethical purposes. These are: number 1, a robot may not injure a human being or, through inaction, allow a human being to come to harm. Number 2, a robot must obey the orders given to it by human beings, except where such orders would conflict with the first law. And number 3, a robot must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the first or second laws. While his ideas have existed for a long time, after 75 years of Asimov's publication of these 3 laws, recently, Mark Robert Anderson has come out to question the relevance of these laws, claiming by using examples to prove his point. While Anderson has his point, we cannot seem to find an agreement with him on his views. And in the next part of the video, we will be analysing the 3 laws one by one to prove our point. First and foremost, we will bring in the first law, whereby a robot may not injure a human being or, through inaction, allow a human being to come to harm. Anderson claims that the first law would not be needed. He emphasizes this by bringing up an example of a vacuum cleaner, saying that it is only predetermined to have only one task. Hence, it will never have the intention of harming humans in the first place, due to the absence of self-consciousness. However, he cannot assume for sure that these robots will never develop self-consciousness. This can be seen in the short film Zima Blue, where Zima, the robot, through several iterations starting from his pool cleaner form, managed to develop self-consciousness. Hence, how is Anderson so certain that every developed robot in the future will turn out to be like Zima? The converse might also be possible. Unlike Zima, these developed robots might turn to be more intelligent for the worse. In fact, in reality, an android named Sophia has been created. Hence, this creation of an android that has the ability to talk, think, and make decisions would surely outline the importance of the first law to be implemented. More important so in an instance of backfire. Anderson claims that the ultimate military goal would be to create armed robots that could be deployed on the battlefield. This would then suggest that the Asimov's second law, in which a robot must obey the orders given to it by human beings, except where such orders would conflict with the first law, that it would be violated. However, we feel that Anderson is simply reverse engineering this scenario and claiming that the existence of such war robots would be implying that the second law holds no relevance anymore. However, Anderson does not seem to be making a logical rationale behind this, as he should be focusing on what the real problem is here. The real problem here lies with the unethical people behind the invention of these war robots. Robots not following the second law would be the consequence of these unethical humans who advocate the creation of these robots. If these humans believed in the second law, would these war robots ever come to existence? Definitely not. An analogy would be the atomic bomb. While the atomic bomb is not a robot, do we actually blame the bomb for being inhumane for exploding? Or the people behind the deployment and creation of the bomb themselves, who did not care about the consequences? Hence, we feel that Anderson does not address what the real issue is, and we also believe that second law would be necessary and should be a compulsory measure implemented worldwide, in view of the creation of robots. This would then effectively curb unethical functionalities that inhumane people may decide to put in the robots that could possibly even cause an apocalypse in the future. An example we would describe for this necessary implementation of the second law on robots can be seen in the film Ex Machina. This is highlighted by 2 scenes. The first scene shows that when the doors had opened and Nathan, the creator of Ava, who is a robot, told her to stop as she was charging towards him to attack him. but she did not stop and eventually attacked and killed him. The second instance is when Caleb, who the person Nathan brought in to experiment Ava, told Ava to repeatedly open the door in which she was locked in. However, she simply ignored his request and proceeded to exit the building. Hence, had Nathan explicitly implemented Asimov's second law on Ava, these incidents would not have even occurred. Hence, these above-mentioned examples and explanations would exemplify the relevance of second law and also why we disagree with Anderson. Although Anderson does not really touch upon the irrelevance of Asimov's third law of robotics, whereby a robot must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the first or second laws, we feel that the third law is highlighted positively in certain films, such as the one we mentioned earlier, Zima Blue. It shows how Zima wanted to protect his own original existence, which was as a pool cleaning robot. This is shown as he mentions that he was at his happiest at that state, before all the iterations made him at his man-like present state. He also mentions his original state as his world. Hence, we can see how he really wanted to protect that original existence. And he carried out with it by disintegrating himself towards the end of the show in the swimming pool. Hence, the third law would follow in this case, as Zima never harmed any humans while he was disintegrating himself to return to his original form. So, this example shows how robots can still follow Asimov's third law, even though Anderson has not really touched upon it. Hence, this will support Asimov's views. In conclusion, we do not agree with Mark Robert Anderson that Isaac Asimov's 3 laws of robotics are no longer relevant. We support our stand with several creative texts that we have read or seen, and also some real-life examples. Moving forward from here, we hope that humans remain ethical and follow certain codes of conduct by being bounded to Asimov's 3 laws. This will certainly curb any possible chaos from occurring in the future. This we are certain.